if you're someone, let's say you just finished college, you just finished sixth form, you done your A levels, you done whatever, you're at that stage of your life where you're thinking of taking the next steps of going to university. What would you tell your 18-year-old self?
What would I tell my 18-year-old self?
Yeah, it's a long time ago, but what would you tell yourself?
It is a long time ago. Go to university, have fun at the time of your life, but make sure you get a 2-1.
Yeah.
Make sure you get a 2-1. Make sure you do a degree that's actually going to give you a decent career path and long-term progression. Actually, most importantly, looking back, do a vocation where you can make a business out of it after, because you want to make money, and the best way to make money is to have a business. And if you can do dentistry, pharmacy, where you can open up a dental practice post-university, that's what I would be doing.
That's assuming everyone is on the path of optimizing to make as much money as possible, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming some people, they just want to, get a career, get a 9-to-5 job, live their life. Some people maybe want to be doctors, therapists, just to support and help other people. Not everyone has that kind of drive.
Yeah, but like doctors, and you're thinking about vocations that actually earn good money. Like, actually, yeah, you're still gonna be a doctor and still earn a good wage as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not.
But there are a lot of jobs out there which probably can't take that path of, opening up a business. What about there needs to be nurses, there needs to be engineers, and I guess all these, in theory, you could open up a business version of it, but we do need those people who are just working there on a day-to-day basis to.
Yeah, but you're going back to the question was, what would you tell your 18-year-old self? You know what I mean? So, if from my own perspective, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
I think what you're trying to ask is would you go to university or not?
Yeah. Would you go to university? Is a degree worth it now? Is the question. In 2025, is a university degree worth it? Thinking of all the things to consider.
Okay, firstly, it depends what degree you do, right? So if you're going to do a medical degree, become a doctor, that university degree is definitely worth it.
Yeah.
But if you're going to a third-tier university to do.
I think for me, it depends what you are optimizing for as your goal in life. If like you said, if the goal is money, then obviously optimize for that in a way where you know what you're going to do in your degree, you know what's going to be lined up after. For us personally, we studied actuarial science.
Yes.
And we knew that going into the world of insurance and becoming an actuary, we needed to take certain professional exams to be fully qualified, and therefore that degree would help us in attaining those qualifications because we would be exempt from them during our degree. But without that kind of career pathway, we probably wouldn't have gone for that degree, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but like at the end of the day, let's be honest, we went for actuarial science because it would lead to a career in finance and it's financially rewarding. So that's what we went for that. But why we did that university degree. So, but actually,
I think life experience trumps all though, because for me personally speaking, when going as an 18-year-old, I thought, I'm going to do actuarial science. I'm going to become an actuary. And I did it for 5-6 years, went up the traditional corporate ladder, let's say. But I just realized, at a certain point that actually wasn't for me. Like, money is what I want to optimize for sure.
Yeah.
But doing it in a way that I want to achieve it is the most important thing, where I have freedom of my time. When you climb up a corporate ladder, when you climb up a corporate career, there is a sense of you have to give your blood, sweat and tears to them.
But anything you can do in life, you're going to have to give
I agree, 100% agree. But I think it is better to do that for yourself rather than a corporation who doesn't have much interest in you and your well-being, let's say. And there also to say your financial income has a ceiling. When you're running your own business, when you are your own boss, I would say your
Yeah.
income doesn't really have a ceiling. You dictate
Definitely.
how much you
So
want it to go.
majority of millionaires in the UK are entrepreneurs, right?
Yeah,
And yeah, that's done by having your own business. But like, you can't say a career in finance cannot be lucrative. Like there are
Yeah.
X amount of people earning so much money, and doing a degree, such as actuarial science, accounting and finance, XYZ, law, they can lead to careers that are actually finance, and it's a line of security and guaranteed success, really, as long as you work hard and work hard at it, you will be financially secure the rest of your life.
yeah.
You might not earn £1 million a year, whatever it is, but you will earn a stable income to support your friends and family, and that's what you go to university to get a degree for.
Yeah, I guess it's this. The benefit that university degree gives you is the fallback, assuming that it's in something that is always going to be in demand. Like accountants are always going to be in demand, doctors are always going to be in demand, dentists, engineers, people within IT, pharmacists, they're always going to be in demand. So as long as you have a degree under your belt, you're always going to have something to fall back on. And that's what I can say for myself, even though I've moved out of working in insurance, I'm working for my actuary, and kind of like long term, I know I want to do something for myself. I know if, worse comes to worse, I have a skill set that I can fall back on, and I can always go back into that if I really need to. But there is also the uni experience itself, the social, the nightlife. You have to go through that, and I think enjoy it
Yeah, definitely. Like
with that experience. And
the other aspect of it, you talk about life experience, right? Going to university actually gives you that life experience and that independence. You can't, especially if you live out.
yeah,
Well. So if you, like, for example, for me, like moving to London, living in a different city, is actually probably second or third time I ever came to London, and literally living there, living by myself, living in the university halls, having to cook for myself, wash for myself, and yeah, just gave me that financial independence, and just meeting different people from different.
you used to know a lot of
areas.
people at university.
You know what I mean? Like
You used to actually have to, you had different groups of people or individuals that
Yeah.
you randomly met and would speak to.
Yeah, exactly. So like, it gives you different aspects from people, even international, speak to international students, like, and it gives you the opportunity to network and make friends as well for your post career. And actually, a lot of these, we went to Casimir School, right?
Yeah,
So a lot of them were international students. These were very wealthy people, and you kind of learnt from them. Oh, we do this back in whatever country they came from, and yeah, we have a business in XYZ, and it just kind of opens you at 18 years old, opens your horizons to a breadth of different things. But actually, anybody who is successful wants their children to go to university and get a good degree. Why? Because it gives them a good, stable foundation to grow upon that. Whether that be coming back to taking over the family business, or going and taking a career in a whatever they study.
I was just thinking about back to international students. I don't know if you was in that lecture. I know I was definitely next to Bharat, but there was this lecture we were in, and this guy in front of us, he was buying Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Was you in that lecture?
No.
But there was this guy like in front of us. We was like, what's he doing? Why is he not paying attention to the lecture? He was on his laptop like looking at Bitcoin and stuff. And I imagine this was in what, 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
I think it was in our second or third year.
So,
And that's just you just had me thinking back to that moment of like international students, learning from them, their experiences. I was like, why wasn't I friends with him? Why wasn't I
friends with me?
Because I was
You're
you
friends with
instead. Why wasn't I friends with
But
I didn't have friends who were telling me about Bitcoin.
our economics lecturer told us to buy Bitcoin in our first year. I remember.
Yeah, I didn't even go to the
Right.
lecture.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he told us make sure you go buy Bitcoin. And you know what? Funny thing is,
You know, I failed that module, I think,
did you
in my first year. I'm pretty sure I had to resit in the summer.
really?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
There was there was the coursework of it. Something I did.
But yeah, no. He told us to invest in Bitcoin back in 2015. I wish I listened to him.
Should have gone to lecture.
Yeah, I went to our lecture and still didn't.
So let's say you're going to university this year. You're considering going to university this year,
Yeah.
but you're someone who's a bit scared. You're someone who's unsure of going to university. How would you feel about telling your parents? Would you feel like you're too scared to tell your parents if you were to be going? If you're someone who's in the middle of going to university or not, do you think we would be too scared to tell our parents that you don't want to go to university? Was there ever a conversation that you had?
Is this post A levels? Like you're about to go off to university?
Yeah, you're about to go off to university.
So I've secured a position at university.
Yeah, basically, or you're considering putting that. Yeah, you've secured a place at university. You've got an offer, but part of you maybe doesn't want to go.
Doing what degree?
Dance. I'm joking. Just like a good degree. You've got a good degree.
Yeah.
You've got a good degree ahead of you, but are you too scared to tell your parents that you don't want to go? Because you're maybe going for the sake of them. You're going for the pressure of other people. You're going for, you're only going to university because that's the thing that you've been told to go and do. But really, you don't want to go do that.
Well, obviously it's a very difficult conversation to have, especially when you're 18, right? But you need to kind of.
Did you ever have this conversation with your parents? How was your experience? Did your parents ever did you ever say to them, because you obviously changed degrees.
Yeah,
you went from dentistry, medicine in Prague. You studied medicine in Prague to then doing actuarial science in London. So you clearly were debating on what to do, and I guess where to do.
I was kind of always kind of being pushed to kind of go into that medical pathway, go into medicine or pharmacy. So
from your parents?
From my parents. Like they wanted me to kind of get a degree in something good. And pharmacy, medicine, they were good solid degrees. So yeah, I actually managed getting myself into medical school somehow.
I wouldn't trust you to be my doctor.
But then, I was like, I don't enjoy it. I don't want to do this. But I went with them with another plan in mind.
But when you told them that initial kind of this isn't for me, was you scared to have that conversation? Let's say.
Oh yeah. Definitely, obviously, it's never easy.
Because you're essentially saying, I want to leave my degree. I'm not happy with it.
I want to drop out of medical school.
Yeah, I want to drop out of medical school, and they're thinking, my son's going to be a doctor. But now, what's he gonna?
Yeah, but that's the first question they're going to ask you is, so what's the plan? What are you going to do now?
Yeah.
So you need to have another plan in mind.
And you had that plan, alternative. So if someone was going to university, or they had an offer at university right now, and they didn't want to go potentially for whatever reason, and they needed to have this conversation with their parents, your recommendation was to be like, you need to tell them, but make sure you have
a plan,
an alternative plan. Like that needs to be a solid
plan
to show them something.
That's the first question they're going to ask you. So what's okay? So if you're not going to go, what are you going to do instead?
Yeah.
You turn around to them, I don't know. That's when they're going to get annoyed.
Yeah.
Like if you actually say, I'm thinking I want to take a year out. And I will go to university, but I'm just unsure about what I want to do at university. So I needed some time. I want to go get some experience. I want to see what other options are available to me and reapply for next year. Or
defer your entry,
defer my entry for another year. I think actually being 18 and being made to make a decision about a role that you could potentially do for the rest of your life is a very difficult thing to do. But having maybe a year to kind of think about it, actually go and get that work experience, see if I'll actually enjoy it, taking it from that angle is probably a smarter, wiser choice. But saying like you don't want to do a degree, saying I don't want to do a degree, and saying I don't want to go back to university, well, if I was a parent, I would be able. So what is the plan here? You're going to go find a job. What are you going to go find a job? What's the long-term ambition here? Kind of career can you make out of this?
I think if I look back at myself at 18, if I was in a position of, having to have a conversation with my parents where I don't want to go to university, or if there is anyone out there who is an 18-year-old and they're contemplating whether to go to university or not, and you do want to go on alternative, I think like life experience is your biggest friend. If you are unsure of going to university, go get a retail job, go get a job out in the real world and actually gain experience and start saving some money and actually like start building some life skills, and actually from that will buy you firstly time, because you have maybe a whole year from the September now, August, September now until the next year, and in that time frame you can actually have a think of what do I actually want to do and what do I actually want to go into, and within that time frame you're actually earning money as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But going to your parents and just saying, hey, I don't want to go to university, isn't probably the best option.
Definitely.
But the other thing I would say is like use that time. If you are someone who definitely knows that they don't want to go to university, you better have a good backup plan, and you better show to your parents that you can support yourself.
Yeah.
You better show them that if you do want to do a business, you better be working consistently hard at it. You better be showing, your effort and intention with it day in and day out, and make it happen. Give yourself an ultimatum of say a year to make it happen. Because if you think about it, the information that we had about, when we were 18 is so much different to the information that the 18-year-olds have now. So everyone is exposed on social media to being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, things like TikTok, Instagram. They just weren't about their viable careers as being like a creator that.
Okay, so being 18 years old, you're very young, right?
Yeah.
You're not good. So if my child says to me, right, yeah, I want to start my own business, right? I'll be like, so what business are you going to do, right? You understand the reality of having your own business, how many hours you got to put in, and so forth, growing a business, financing a business. Do you understand the cash flows of a business?
Yeah.
Do you understand the P&L? So, like, you can't just turn around. I would actually go to university, get some get experience from university, actually get an education, and grow your mind. And actually, when you complete your degree, we can talk about opening a business and what kind of business you want to do.
But wouldn't someone say if I definitely don't want to do that, and telling your parents that, this is what I definitively know what I want to do with my life?
Okay, so
if I definitively know, like,
okay, so say you're 18 years old, right?
I'm your
parents, right?
But say if you don't want to be, okay.
So what business do you want to open up?
Depends what my interests are in. It could be an e-commerce business at the time. It could be being a content creator.
Yeah.
Things like that.
So how you want to become a content creator?
Yeah, let's say that. Let's say you're 18 years old. You don't want to go to university, but you want to become a content creator. How do you have that conversation?
Okay, so no, I'm gonna be the father in this.
Okay.
Role. You be the son, right? So you're the content. You want to be you want to be a content creator.
Yeah.
What kind of content do you want to create?
I want to create content that's aligned with my interests, so fitness, health, self-improvement, bit of travel, bit of lifestyle, maybe a bit of fashion.
Okay.
That's what I'm
quite a broad horizon.
Yeah.
And how quickly do you think you can grow your own channel or your page?
I've been doing it for a few months. I've got a couple thousand followers.
Yeah.
Posting on social media, it's going okay. But I think if I committed to it in the time that I would have to be studying, going through university, I could potentially, accelerate that growth.
You could accelerate that growth.
Yeah.
So you need to put your full focus into it to make sure it grows.
Yeah.
So what are you going to be doing every day to ensure it
Planning
grows?
content, thinking about content, how I can, write some better scripts, maybe researching ideas, researching what works well, shooting better content, learning how to develop my content creating skills, and then using that time to put out, a higher frequency of content as well.
Higher frequency of content. Okay. So, out of X amount of people who try to do this, how many people actually succeed in actually doing this?
See, this is the mentality that every
No, because I'm
But this is the mentality.
I'm going to circulate.
This is the mentality that every parent would have who's looking out for their child. If I came to you and said at 18 years old, Mum, Dad, I have 100,000 followers. This is what I want to do. This is how much I'm earning right now, and I don't want to go to university. And you would say, okay, cool, because you only believe it when you see it.
Yeah,
you only believe it when you see it.
You're coming with 100,000 followers. Okay,
Yeah.
this guy's going places.
But people will only believe it when they see you doing it.
So why can't you?
People only believe it when you see
it. Create your own content channel alongside your studies. If you're so passionate
that is
for
a
it,
feasible thing.
Can you not do that?
I'm not saying that is an unfeasible path. I'm saying that is a very much feasible path, and that could be the conversation between the parent and the person going to university that they would have, that they would see a middle ground in terms of.
So I'm willing to work with you here.
Yeah.
But you go to university, right?
And you can keep doing both. Yeah.
You can keep doing
I
both.
agree.
I will financially support you if I'm able.
But you need
able
to have that
do this.
conversation as a.
But you can't just tell me like, oh, I got 1,000 followers.
Yeah.
I want to drop everything and just pursue this. I need something more from you.
Yeah,
here.
I think that's a very feasible. That's a very feasible thing a parent would do, because you can do both essentially.
Yeah, you can do
Spurs
both.
winning 3-0, by the way. But Charlison's got 2.
I should have put him in my team, to be honest with you.
I think for me, I don't know, especially in an Indian household, I don't know how it is. The conversation of not going to university isn't really there. It's kind of an expectation.
Yeah.
The way I saw my mom, she has a corporate job. It's just assumed that I'm going to go to university, I'm going to get a corporate job. My grandparents had the expectation of, you're going to go to university, because they see some sense of achievement through you for going to university. Like in Indian households, your parents and grandparents see a sense of achievement for themselves that they can, even show to the community around you. My son went to university, he got this degree, he done X, Y, Z.
Yeah,
That's what I've seen.
But they never had the opportunity to go to university either. And back when they were working, they probably saw people, this guy's got a good job because he's got a good degree. So I want my son to go get an education, my child, to go get an education and get a good job.
But is that selfish?
Not really, because
That's what they want from you, not what you want from your own life.
they want the best for you, and that's how they've seen it to be done, is by going to get a degree and going to get
But is it selfish for your parents to put their wants? How do I word this? Is it selfish? Because it's quite common, I think, in Asian households, not just within education, but even in terms of marriage and other areas of your life. Is it selfish for a parent to put their wants and needs above yours? Because that's what it's essentially saying.
Okay, so, but you're talking about when, firstly, you're talking to an 18-year-old who's just finished school, finished A-levels, they've not gone out. So their wants and needs are going to be very different to where they are going to be in 10 years' time. As a parent, you've experienced that, you know what's important and how to kind of manage a family and so forth, and what you need to live and financially survive as well.
Yeah, I think personally it just holds us, I don't know, looking back, I can only say this with hindsight, but when I was 18, I felt like I didn't know anything in life. The thing is with life, I think with anything that you do, regardless of if it's going to university, getting a job, being in a relationship, it all comes down to the actual experience that you go through, and that's the best way you're going to learn from anything, right?
Yeah, definitely. But you still need to have your own personal drive as well. Whatever you do, doesn't matter if you go to Cambridge and do a unbelievable degree, or if you don't go to university at all. Like if you have that drive to succeed, you always will succeed. And that hunger and just kind of, just that never giving up attitude, you will succeed. So it's important to have that.
I guess a good question around that follows on is that, do you have to go to university to succeed?
No, definitely not.
To succeed in life?
Most people who I know who are successful never went to university.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
but it depends, what is the definition of success? Because here in the West, we define success through our material things and money. Maybe in places in other areas in the life, in terms of like, just other countries in general, they don't define successes by that. It depends. They maybe define it as your happiness, your free time, your enjoyment of life. Does that make sense as well?
Yeah, but like, how do you define happiness? Like, financial freedom is a key metric in that. And without financial freedom, you're not doing a lot of stuff that you want to do.
Yeah, but financial freedom comes with both parts, the finances and the freedom. A lot of us get success and we get the finances. Like when I used to work, as an actuary in my corporate jobs, I was earning good money, but at the same time, my time was, I never used to see you guys. I was working like crazy hours. I was having lunch at my desk, working till 8, 9 o'clock. I had finances. I didn't have freedom. At the same time, it's a balance of both. At the same time, what success actually is, and is it money? A part of it is. Is it happiness? A part of it is.
Yeah.
Is it just having peace of mind that you get to own your own time? I think success, in a sense, is like,
it's important to have the right balance, definitely.
Yeah, and it's your own game that you play. Like, what game are you trying to optimize for? Are you trying to be the richest man in the world? Then sure, that is your success that you're going for. Are you trying to, have a family and have a healthy, happy family? That is what you see as success.
But that will, these kind of, what you optimize for will change over your life.
Yeah.
Like initially, you want to optimize for finance because you want to go out, you want to have fun, and you want to start building money, building a savings account, or spending that money however you wish to do that. Then you will optimize for lifestyle because you want the right work-life balance. You want to be able to spend time with your family. If you're having children, you might look at, and you go for a new job, you might look at what kind of maternity, paternity packages they give, and so forth.
Those things do help you.
Yeah, exactly.
In getting your success, like the benefits of going to university, getting a career, getting a job at a company, they do help you to build a successful life. And give you that support.
Yeah, actually, that's another thing. That going back to university, if you do get a good corporate job, you do get many perks.
Pension scheme,
bonus, sick pay is massive. For example, how long have you been off work due to surgery?
Yeah, so I'm not wearing these. These aren't, for anyone watching, these aren't tights or leggings that I'm just wearing for fashion. They are compression stockings because 3 weeks ago I had surgery on my knee, was off work sick for 2 weeks but paid, and that's thankful because of the benefits that I have at work. Otherwise, if I was self-employed as a one-man business, it potentially wouldn't be getting paid.
But then I look at other people who have got different jobs, and their companies aren't as flexible. I'm thinking about people who got jobs without a degree, and like getting time off work, their flexibility and so forth is very different to what I have now.
But what type of jobs are they working? Are they working kind of more manual labour jobs?
More manual labour jobs. Yeah, but so like again goes back to perhaps like if you did get a degree, potentially like it might lead to a more comfortable job.
There are benefits, but I think regardless of what you do, you can succeed in life. You are the creator of your own
destiny.
Destiny, your own future. It is in your hands. You have free will, whether you're a labourer, electrician, plumber, office worker, you know, working in a retail store, you can be
Yeah, yeah,
successful. You know, just because you make money in a high flying finance job, if you spend all that money and waste it,
yeah,
you know, it doesn't mean
yeah. And
anything.
again, it goes back to that work-life balance. Make sure you're trying to enjoy what you do as well.
Yeah.
I think that's very
I think it
important.
helps to see people, like you said, you know, people around you that are successful without a degree.
Yeah.
I think if you don't see that around you, that is the only option that you think that there is in life.
Yeah,
When you have people around you that have businesses, like your parents obviously had a business, your people in your family have businesses, that is a very normal thing. For me, I haven't really seen that. So for me to just say I want to go do a business and succeed through that path isn't a natural
yeah,
thing for me. I think the environment that you're in and the people that are around you is very important
yeah.
in that. But yeah, I guess when it comes to Indian culture though, being to people from an Indian background, therefore there is a sense of pressure within our culture to get a degree. And I know we touched upon this a bit earlier, but there is the whole notion that you're either a doctor, accountant, lawyer, or failure. There is that kind of notion.
Well,
In
it's
Indian
only-
culture,
in Indian culture, it's only that now.
now,
Well, like in the last couple of generations, because obviously previously, like they didn't have the opportunity to go to university. So now actually, our parents, for example, they're seeing their friends' kids going to university, getting a good degree. They want that for their kids, and obviously within Indian culture, there's a high level of competition as well. They it doesn't matter where you're from, what you do. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Within Indian culture specifically, I feel that there is a hot competition of like, my son's doing this, my son's doing that, and X, Y, Z. Well, actually, like when it comes to kind of our generation, we don't kind of see it. We kind of
I don't care.
we don't
I don't
see.
care if like, because they care about the thing. I don't know if it's because that they were the first generation to come from India to or wherever they migrated from to come here to build a life for themselves. So maybe it's in this. Does it come from a sense of like we've come here to build a life for ourselves? So, you know, we want to build the best life possible, and therefore we're going to compare to other people who have come here, and it does create this sense of competition. Whereas
Yeah.
we need to feel like we are in like a survival kind of instinct that we are doing the best for ourselves, and what the best looks like is making sure our kids go to university and getting a degree. Because don't get me wrong, I feel like in Indian culture, we parade, like kids get paraded around like my son went to this university to do this degree and they got this result. There is that competition.
There's that
And
competition.
I don't think that is a healthy thing at the same time, because you're a commodity to your parents for them to parade around at the same time.
Well,
But
I wouldn't say go far as saying commodity.
you are,
Yeah.
but I swear to you, like, let me
They
tell you,
want to be proud of their child and,
Listen to this.
and share
actuarial
their
science, yeah.
accomplishments,
My mum goes, yeah, my son does actuarial science. He does actuarial science. I'll go to her one day. What is actuarial science? She don't know. She don't know.
Like.
But what are you parading? Like you're parading around for your own kind of benefit. You don't know what I do. You're just parading it around. It's a legit thing, isn't it? Like,
But they're proud of you, so they want.
but you don't know what are you proud of. You don't know what I do.
But
You don't know what I do. So what are you proud of?
because
Your parents are just proud because it's their ego. It's their ego.
They know. They might not know the specifics, but they know it's a good career path to go down, and like it's a challenging degree.
Yeah,
It's a very difficult degree to complete. So yeah, my son's doing that. He's managed to get the grades to do that, and he has completed the degree in it.
yeah.
So it's a sense of pride.
Ultimately, I think it comes from a good place. Like it
Yeah.
comes from a place of love and care, and they want to see the best from you, and they want to see you to succeed. But part of me thinks it's a bit selfish
Okay, so you're saying
because
it's
they
a bit
judge your
selfish.
value. They put your self-worth. Because, for example, when I left like a typical corporate insurance job, like the friction that I had with my like mum was at an all-time high, because my value was based on my actuary corporate job.
But your
And that shouldn't be there. That is very conditional.
but
Your worth
your
as a
education,
your worth.
your education has allowed you to be more open minded. And if you didn't have the education you do, then actually your thought process might be more narrowed and not as open, and you might not understand what other opportunities there are. And
I get that.
and
I'm just
your ability, you've completed a degree, you've got a good job, you've been managed to do that. Now actually I've been able to complete this challenge. Now I want to try and complete other challenges. So
but I'm not. You can't get away from the fact that within Indian culture, there is a pressure to have a certain type of career. Otherwise, you're not deemed as valuable. I personally feel maybe because your parents didn't. I'm not saying this in a negative way. Your parents had a business, so the next kind of step for you was to get that degree and be the first person.
yeah.
But for me, because my mum was already in a corporate job, I kind of had that standard that I had to. Like your parents would if you done whatever you done. I don't think your parents would change not make their love conditional, but make the way that they saw you in any different light.
But
Whereas I feel
I believe whatever
I feel now as a 30-year-old man, I still get comments from my mum saying, "When are you going to go back to your corporate job?" The actual corporate and that's a bit of a weird thing to do.
But
I think personally,
she sees it as
why?
She
But why?
She wants the best for you. She thinks it's a good career path. You can make a really good progress in your life, and it comes down to stability as well. She wants, at the end of the day, right, what Indian parents want for their children, right, is literally have a good job, have a stable income, get married, have a family. That's it.
Yeah.
That's literally that's it. It's a simple step by step.
Some of us want more for
process.
ourselves, eh?
Huh?
Some of us want a bit more
You
for
might not want
ourselves.
that, but but that's what in your say you say okay.
They just love the feeling of saying my daughter's doing this, when my son's doing this, and they just, my mum was born here. She's not even traditional Indian, but it's more like parents just love saying my child's doing this, my child's doing this, to get a lot of pride throughout it.
Do you not want your parents to be proud of you?
Yeah, of course, but let me do it my way. Is the way I see it. I'm gonna do it my way because my life. I'm not living what am I gonna get to? There's a whole thing of if I get to 50, 60, 70, holding this resentment.
Oh, yeah, but so what? Okay, so
resentment against your parents.
No. So what? So you left your corporate actuarial job.
Yeah.
So what is so different with the role that you currently have to your previous role?
It's just more relaxed.
Why is it more?
I can wear what I want. It isn't that kind of formal environment. I'm probably doing similar stuff and using similar skill sets, but from a formal environment.
But could
and in terms of probably salary progression, she probably feels long term, I had quite a clear defined path.
What, in your current role?
No, in my previous one. Obviously, being an actuary, you do your exams, you get qualified, then you become manager, CFO.
Do you not believe it's the companies that you work for that you felt this? Because you say you get to wear what you want.
Mm-hmm.
I get to go. I make majority work from home, right? But when I go in, I rarely wear a suit.
Mm.
I will wear smart casual clothes.
Yeah.
So if that's a thing, I do have freedom. And a lot of flexibility. It's very laid back, but obviously I still have a job to do and I still get that job done. But I don't. When you work for your other company, you used to work very late hours. In my previous company, I used to work very late hours, but in my current company, there is a good work-life balance. So it's potentially not the actual industry; it's the company that you work for.
Yeah, I agree. There are companies that I work for that have been better, but for me personally, I didn't really. The broader work I was doing was like a slow death, is the way I saw it. So that is the reason why I ultimately left. But yeah, your job does not define your self-worth. And your job shouldn't define your parents' self-worth of you, is the way I see it. Your love from your parents should not be conditional. Your love from your parents should not be conditional on the job or career that you have. It is for you to live your life and make the decisions and experience life yourself. They can want the best for you.
Yeah,
they can
they want the best
advise
for you,
you.
but you-
they can.
But
they
you,
can.
you, I
but
don't
there-
think,
but
I
there
don't
is a
think the love from like that statement that
It's an individual experience, isn't it? It's individual.
your parents' love is unconditional. Doesn't matter
Nah,
what you do.
I think love- I think-
it isn't. It isn't. I'm gonna love you less because you're not doing what I
They'll
told
love you, but there'll be friction with it. They'll love you, but there'll be friction. We could go on for hours on this topic. I feel like, to be fair, and like,
Yeah.
you know, it is.
I think we
nuanced to
should
every-
agree to disagree.
I think it could be very. It's very nuanced to every single parental relationship. And I'm not saying my parents are bad. Like, they've given me the best upbringing that they have. So
Yeah, your life could be a lot worse.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah, 100%, 100%. It's just everyone's individual experiences are different. I guess, yeah. How did you find your university experience?
Had an amazing time. It was, yeah. Like, obviously, the degree itself was challenging. We had to study. Yes, we had to study hard. But
I just want to say on that, I'm not saying, I think actuarial science
yeah,
is top 3 hardest degrees out there.
is
And yeah, and potentially first, because in our first year,
yeah.
we were there 5 days a week,
Yeah, I know that.
lectures. Yeah, and it wasn't like 2 hours a day. It was 9 to 5. And the only day when it wasn't was Wednesday because everyone finished at 1, and we still had lectures in the morning. But every day we were doing about 35 hours a week
Oh yeah,
in our
so
first year. But any other course wasn't. Every other course was not
but
doing
no,
those.
because when I was doing medicine,
Yeah.
we used to do 8 till 6.
Okay, fair. Maybe medicine. Maybe.
yeah. Like 8 lectures you start at 8, and like at least 3 days of the week you used to finish 6 full days. Yeah, like
Okay,
so
fair.
yeah.
But that was in Prague, so it could be different.
Yeah, it could be different, but yeah, don't like obviously, but like any degree that's worth doing is you're gonna be expected to be in 5 days a week.
Yeah.
All right. So shall we? You say that. Let's go back to our old friend ChatGPT.
What did you ask it again?
So I'm going to ask it this time. What are the most challenging degrees?
Yeah, but with our degree, no one knows what it is, really. It's so specific. Our degree is so specific at the same time.
Yeah, like 99% people don't have a clue what. All right, you got all the standard ones, to be honest.
Yeah,
with
it's going to be...
you. Okay, no, so it's saying actuarial science number 7.
What's ahead of it?
Actuarial science in particular is considered very tough due to advanced math, statisticals, and professional
What's ahead of
exams. Engineering, maths heavy problem solving, practical application.
Yeah, what's next?
Law,
Nah, law's not harder.
architecture,
No, it's not harder.
but architecture that's based on the
That's
7.
drawing. That's just drawing.
But no,
That's just drawing.
it's saying that's because of 7 years training that you need.
Yeah, but we have to do professional exams after.
I
You
know,
know
yeah,
how hard
but
you know how hard our exams are now.
I know, but that hasn't taken that into account. Then number 3, being a vet, dentistry, then medicine. Number 1.
I guess medicine, you're saving people's lives.
Medicine, dentistry.
I can
I
understand.
would probably say because of the length.
And
of
vet, yeah,
the-
being a vet.
Yeah, being a vet. Law, I hate reading, so I'll find that very tough, to be honest with you. It's a heavy reading load.
I remember people at law who used to study university, they barely went in. It's law is subjective.
Law is, actually, like, they did law at our university, and actually, I would say our degree is harder.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm not even being biased.
Sorry, what was the original question?
How was university experience? Like, did you feel you benefited from it?
Yeah.
The academic and social parts.
So academically, yes, like, I think
You knew the degree you wanted to do therefore it's helped you in your professional career. So
Yeah, but like the subjects that we learned were firstly very interesting, and actually are relevant into the real world.
but do you think you actually use your degree today?
Yeah, obviously, like
The theory,
the theory, but
the
like,
actual practical, I
but
don't
like
know.
okay, so for example, like standard economics, like you look at opportunity cost,
Mm,
economies of scale, elasticity. I use that regularly in my current
fair.
role. We look at elasticity curves, behavioral models, and so forth. Um, financial mathematics are very important
Mm,
because that's just important in general life. Compound interest, everybody should know about compound
yeah.
interest. Um, obviously, probably this is probably quite important.
I do like the skills that I think, you know
Do you know what I
what,
mean?
even though I wouldn't say I'm the most naturally intelligent,
The best one was derivatives trading and hedging. That was a fun.
was that the one we were all in together?
Yeah, in
Yeah, I
Billy,
think that's what's,
Billy,
yeah, I know, that's,
yeah. That was.
but
What
that
was
was a Friday, like was it Friday, 3
But
till
like,
5?
Yeah, it was
Yeah, but how
long.
many of them did we go to?
Oh yeah, we didn't go to it. But the actual when it comes down to actually, you could say that about any of the.
Yeah, but that one in particular, we were all on the same.
Yeah.
So
Like,
for
literally,
context, we had a friendship group, and we had a elective module in our second year.
second year.
Second year, and we were all able to go on to together, and it was a 2-hour lecture every Friday afternoon, and we were so excited to go on it because we're like, yeah, because some of our friends were on other courses, but they could take the elective module as well. So, we were all actually going to a lecture together.
But it was on a Friday.
But it was on a Friday afternoon, and
After the first hour,
and it was actually very derivatives trading and hedging. If you ever come across any of this in your life, it is it's very difficult and technical.
Yeah.
And especially we would go for 1 hour, have a break, and that second hour.
Down to the SU.
It's a Friday, yeah. Friday afternoon. What do you expect? But we still passed.
Yeah, got a good.
Yeah, we done well in it. It was actually really interesting.
Yeah, it was really
to be fair. But that's actually one of the benefits of uni is that the social aspect and the friendships that we built, like we wouldn't have met.
Yeah.
Obviously, like we've known each other. Yeah, I met you when I was 18, so over 12 years now.
12 years.
12 years, coming up to 12 years.
Yeah.
To be fair, coming up to 12
but
years.
But that's the other thing. Going to university, you wouldn't have. If you didn't go to university, you wouldn't have like learnt about these kind of different subjects.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
They're in, like, if you think about it, they are
You spend
mentally-
3 years
mentally-
just focusing
they are
on
mentally.
these.
When you look back, you're
specific
like,
skills.
yeah, I can actually handle these subjects. There is a sense of pride. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a person who can, deal with these difficult topics.
You know what put options are.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm not sure if I remember what that is. But I guess for me, like, before I went to university, yours might have been different. But before I went to university, I was on a different path. I was like trying to make a career in football, and then my life kind of changed when I went to university because I now had to get serious about my academics. And I never drank alcohol before. I'd
You
never
never
been
drank
to
alcohol?
before I went to university. No, I never actually, to tell a lie. The summer I got up to it, I was on holiday in Greece with my family, and I had my first alcoholic like vodka and Coke. Then
So how did we meet?
I think through Barrett.
So
You
how
were
did
just hanging around with him, bears.
how did you and Barrett know each other?
I think we spoke. I think I recognized him because I used to see him on. I don't know. I used to have Twitter, and I recognized him.
Twitter.
Yeah, I recognized him, and he was talking to some people that I used to know, like that I was friends with, and I think I just mentioned it to him in person, or, I think he followed me and slid into my DMs. To be fair. And we started talking, and then I don't know. We just started hanging out a bit, and then we started hanging out. Then we started hanging about we started talking about trainers, Yeezys, fashion, a bit of that.
Yeah.
And then you always had your cap on backwards as
Yeah.
well. So I was like,
Cool
"Who's
guy,
this
I was.
guy?"
Cool guy.
And then we started seeing each other on nights out because obviously I used to hang around with a few different people when I first started.
Who did you hang around with?
Other people. I wasn't part of your crew. I had multiple people that I used to float around with. Do you remember?
No.
like Jin, Akshay.
Yeah.
I used to hang around with all of them, and then it was you, Bharat, Bikram, and then only then did I kind of.
Yeah. We
I
brought
think-
we brought you into our circle.
I think I needed
Yeah.
some people who wanted to have fun but also get their head down and do work as well.
yeah.
Not
I think
just-
actually, go
My
back in
first
this-
term was just a mess because I never, like I said, going back to it, I never had that freedom. I never drank alcohol, so you know,
First time
I
was
didn't have a
just the
tolerance. I didn't have a tolerance. I was going out 2-3 times a week, yeah, and I'd never been to a club in my life before. I didn't know what it was like to go out clubbing. I didn't know what it was like to go out in London. I didn't know. JD and Coke done me. I remember I went to a lecture. All I could taste was JD and Coke. It was that guy. What was that first year module? Financial mathematics.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Ben Rickhazen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was sitting in a lecture at 9 a.m. and all I had was
On Monday morning as well. Yeah.
all I had was Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah.
I went ministry on a Monday, Ministry of Sound, on a Monday. Came back at like 4 or 5 a.m. I was so dedicated. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make my 9 a.m. lecture. All I could sit there and taste was JD and Coke in my.
Yeah, well. Yeah. But no, like again, like, university gives you that experience.
Yeah, it does.
Do you know what I mean? University was a lot of fun.
I think some of the things at uni wasn't just like funny stories. It was just about like just sitting around
Yeah.
and having a laugh and taking the piss out of each other
Yeah, literally. Do you know what I
and just
mean?
roasting each other.
Roasting each other.
Going out on a night out, one person gets roasted. That's the running joke.
Even in the day, like just like skipping lectures, going to SU or going out the park.
Or
and
sitting in the
something.
square.
Sitting in the square, yeah. Literally.
It's just stuff like that, or going on random side quests to be like, it's the middle of the day. Let's see what we can do.
That's another reason I'll say go to university, because you get to do all that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to be at the age of 18, right? Let's be honest. What you're going to end up doing is getting a full-time job, and
Yeah.
you don't want that at the age of 18. Delay that as much as possible, really.
I miss that freedom of, you know, it is a Wednesday off or Tuesday random afternoon, and we'll go to breakfast club.
Yeah,
We'll go to the breakfast club. You've done your lectures thinking, you know what, that freedom of time to be like, oh, I'm going to go to the breakfast club now.
Yeah.
Or there were so many nights, not so many nights, but I think maybe more in our third year when you was doing your placement year,
Yeah.
where Barrett and I on a Friday night would be, one of us would drive to uni, we would be, you know, working till like 7-8 o'clock. We'd go get some food, then we'd go get a few drinks, and then
Yeah.
we'd go to Saucy LSE. Obviously, one of us would be designated driver, so we wouldn't
Yeah.
go too hard. But it's just stuff like that where,
Yeah, it's just having that kind of freedom.
yeah, and
And the ability to do that kind of stuff as well, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go to like uni nights out and so forth. If you don't go to university, you'll only be able to go to these nights out if you know.
I think the
someone
younger
at
generation,
university.
they're not into that nights out as much, but it's also about the social experience because, for example, my brother's 7 years younger than me, and he didn't really engage with building a friendship group at university. He didn't really go out much, and I think because of the whole COVID thing and you know whatever went on, they did have a different experience. But
But then again, it's a different experience where you live
Yeah.
out or.
I lived from
Do you know what I
I
mean?
didn't live out, so
Yeah, but like, it could have been like if you did live out, you probably would have had like.
but some people
But
aren't
if
fit
you-
to live out.
But I'm saying like, the other thing is living far away from home as well. Like, there's a difference between you, because you live in London, and living out within central London.
There's no point.
There's no point doing that. Do you know what I mean? But going to, I think, especially if we went to a university like University of Birmingham or Manchester, living on that kind of campus kind of university, our experiences would have been different.
Yeah.
Do you know what
But I
I mean?
think that living out, I think it depends where you are, because if you're in like a big city, it makes sense because there's more things to do than just going out.
Yeah.
But I think that novelty of, you know, going to bars, going to student nights out, after your first term or like first or second term, the novelty of it kind of wears out because in second and third year, we wasn't going out as much. Yeah, it would be nice to still do at the end of a week. Like in our third year, it was like the only times we were really going out was on a Friday night because Monday to Thursday, we were just locked in. There were so many Sundays I was driving to uni because just to be in an environment, just to do work on the weekend.
Yeah, because obviously,
Like if you're going to spend that money in a degree in today's day and age, you need to make sure that you get
get that degree.
Yeah, get that
And
degree.
plus, I think another thing is surround yourself with people who actually got that ambition to actually do well in the degree.
Yeah.
Don't just be like, there's plenty of people who, when you go to university, are not bothered about the degree and will just basically, just waste their time. And
Yeah.
you don't want them to waste your time either.
You basically don't want a full-time year of uni, which is some people that we know had to endure. You want a summer off.
Yeah.
A lot of people that we knew and that we would see, they would be getting a free term during the summer because they would have to be resitting their exams.
Resitting their exams.
You
be
don't
resitting-
want that lingering around you
And
of
you-
the fact that, you're enjoying your social life, but you need to get your head down and make sure you get the grades and not be having to
Spend the summer
resit
studying.
Summer studying. We
Because-
know plenty of people who are doing that. And
yeah, loads. And the other thing is, it goes back to actually, you get a solid 3 months off of the year as well.
you get so much time off in
Yes,
uni.
You know what I mean?
At Christmas, you get like a whole month off. You might have January exams.
You've got January exams, so you don't have
Yeah.
any time off at all. Do you know
I
what
get
mean?
that. But
You
once your
study-
exams finish in summer, like I remember one year we finished at the end of May. We
Yeah.
had June, July, August, and basically most of September off as well
Yeah.
because lectures only really fully start at the last week of September, beginning of October. That's 4 months.
Do you know what I mean?
You're never
But
gonna get that back. Oh my god. Might have to go back and do a degree again.
Exactly. All right, shall we
Yeah,
move on to our next topic?
And yeah, this is something we've spoken about for many years.
Yeah.
We've had this contemplating this idea to engage in these conversations. So it's finally time we grew a pair.
Yeah, and actually done it.
Yeah, and actually done it
We literally discussed it,
a few years ago.
during COVID?
I think it
Let's
started.
go to
then.
the gym and be like, let's start kind of just
Yeah,
get it. And then COVID happened and never happened. And kind of
yeah.
like it never happened, did it? But we thought we give it a go.
Football talk, yeah.
Football talk. Shall we actually firstly discuss last night's game? Did you watch the last
Oh,
night's
how has Haaland missed that? That would have been some good fantasy points for me. Did you see
game?
that?
Yeah, he's my captain as well. He is.
I think that was a hard chance, to be fair. If you look at it, it was stretching a bit.
Yeah.
He looked like he jumped a bit early, though.
Yeah, he jumped too early. That's what he did. So should we discuss as we mentioned in our intro, as two brown guys? How do you feel about what's his name, Semenyo, being racially abused in last night's game?
The silence is just because I'm thinking about what I want to say before speaking. I think it's very disappointing.
Yeah.
I think it's very, very disappointing. We're in a world where, fans, you as a footballer, you're gonna get slander, you're gonna get some abuse, but a person's skin color in today's day and age isn't, because at the same time, it was a Liverpool fan doing it to a Bournemouth player. Liverpool have players of the same skin color as Semenyo.
Yeah.
So in effect, you're discriminating against the own team that you support.
Yeah. It's absolutely ridiculous.
I think people like this need a punishment, though.
Yeah.
They need.
Obviously, we don't know what he said.
Yeah, I don't know what he said, but obviously if he says
reported as a
something-
racial nature. But yeah, it's I did like the fact they did stop the game. The referee got the two managers, got the two captains, and said this has happened, and the man was ejected from the stadium. And it's important to kind of start making these protocols and actually putting them into action.
Well, he needs to be prosecuted and
Yeah,
go
get-
to. I think this whole taking the knee and it's not really doing much. It's more of kind of just as a gesture.
Yeah.
I personally think Semenyo and the other players from both sides should have walked off the pitch. I think if they had done that and unified together as players, saying we are not going to be racially abused, that would have made more of a prominent stand-in to those watching. I think they should have unified to do that and walk off the pitch, because fans will then think twice, because they've paid money to go watch these players. And if you're going to racially abuse them, don't get me wrong, if you say, oh, you're shit, you're whatever, like you're a footballer, you're going to get that. But to discriminate someone's colour, or whatever he said, and they go off the pitch, they're going to think, you know what, these players are actually unifying together and showing their strength,
Yeah.
and, you know, we don't get to watch them play. And they're going to think twice.
Yeah. Well, it shouldn't
They're
be
gonna
happening.
think
It
twice.
shouldn't
Yeah.
happen in the first
They
place.
shouldn't think twice.
But yeah. So who do you think's going to win the league this year?
Who do I think is going to win the league? My top four. Let's go with... I think City first.
You think City are going to win it?
Yeah, I think City will first. I think if everyone stays fit, especially Haaland, I think they're going to go first. I think Liverpool... I don't know, and we kind of saw this yesterday, but I think the balance that now that they have in their midfield, I think it used to work perfectly with having McAllister, Gravenberch, and Szoboszlai. That was a high energy midfield. McAllister kind of complements with the technical
They've
aspect.
still got all three of those.
Yeah, they were all three there. But now they've brought Wirtz in, one of them is going to have to drop. And basically, I think their midfield is going to be slightly more open, and they are going to be giving away more chances. And I don't think that the defence is particularly the strongest. So that's why I'm not going with them as first, because I think they're going to be quite open.
But what if they get...
Even if they get Isak, they'll score, but
And I think they're on about getting Gay as well.
we'll see.
Yeah?
We'll see. I think teams are going to better work them out as well, because it is Slot's second season.
I think that they will win.
You think-
like Wirtz is unreal. Like
No, as a Chelsea fan who's seen Kai Havertz from Bayer Leverkusen come, I think Wirtz... I don't want to say he's going to be a flop, but he's going to be underwhelming.
Okay.
I don't think the Premier League... I think he's going to be underwhelming this year. I wouldn't say expect a lot from Wirtz.
Okay. I think if they get Isak as well, though, that's going to be unreal.
Yeah.
But
I think, let's go top four. City. Then I'm going to be, as a Chelsea fan, I'm going to say Chelsea second.
Chelsea second.
Yeah, I think we're
thought
going to continue
Liverpool
to
second.
No. I'm saying why Liverpool aren't going to win
okay.
it. I think Liverpool going to be third.
Yep.
And I think Arsenal, this is the season that they implode and get rid of Arteta. I think they'll finish fourth.
Okay, cool. All right.
What about you?
Alright, so I think we'll come back onto Arsenal in a minute because I think I agree with you.
Yeah.
Firstly, yes, Liverpool, especially if they get Isak, will finish top.
Okay.
I like the kind of fluidity of the whole team, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The front lineup is
Liverpool, great. I love Liverpool.
unreal. Alisson's always good. Like he's world class. Van Dijk got a solid
Yeah.
centre back. Mo Salah probably the best player in the league. So
Yeah.
Liverpool. Second, I think it's gonna be City.
I can see that.
Third, Chelsea.
I think we need a
Four.
centre back though, because Colwill obviously has got his long-term injury, and I don't know who's going to cover him. That is my concern
Okay.
from that point of view.
And fourth, I will say
Villa.
I think Villa will finish fifth. Fourth, I reckon. I don't know. It's going to be either out of Newcastle, Tottenham, or United. Yeah, I think
Ahead of Arsenal. You don't think Arsenal will even make
Arsenal?
top 5 or 6?
Arsenal. Right, this is my theory about Arsenal. Okay,
Lego head Arteta.
All right, basically. Okay, so they spent what's their new striker called?
Gokares.
Gyökeres. Okay, so he's gonna flop.
Oh, fucking hell. Wolves have scored.
You still tipping City to win the league?
He's offside anyway.
Gyökeres, yeah, he's gonna have a shocker, right?
Yeah, just on that. Apparently, half of his goals that he scored in the league last year was against the 10 bottom side, someone said. I saw it on another podcast, so don't quote me on it. But half of the goals he scored were against the bottom 10 sides. So you got to think about it. Portuguese division, bottom 10 sides.
Right, he's gonna be a flop, right?
But he scored a hat-trick against City in the Champions League. I'll give him that.
Yeah, I'll give him that, right? But then they've. I'm still not sold on Havertz.
Yeah,
right?
As a Chelsea fan, I wasn't...
Then Saka, Odegaard, one of the two definitely going to get injured, right? Then they're going to go into a meltdown, right? they'll end up being around about 10th, then and slowly just drift down, and just like potentially could be heading into a relegation battle.
Arsenal
Right, Arsenal. This
relegation battle.
Relegation battle.
I don't think though. I don't think I'll
Then
go that.
then they will. Then Arteta will get sacked, right? Then they'll
By
get,
what point in the year? Before December.
around about December, January, right? Right, they're not winning a league. They're finishing. They're currently like 10th, they're mid-table. Right, Arsenal fans are going hysterics. They're mental, right?
I love Arsenal fans because they just
Right. So then they'll get someone in like Alan Kirbishley, right, to come in, steady the ship.
what?
Steady the ship.
This
They'll
guy
get-
hasn't managed in years.
Right, they'll get someone in just to the end of the year to steady the ship.
They'll get an Arsenal ex-person like Jack Wilshere, or they'll get Henry to do it for the rest of the year.
Yeah, Henri, yeah. And they'll finish like 8th. Then they'll I think they're just gonna
I don't think Arsenal will be like that, but I reckon
they're gonna implode.
they're just going to implode. It's either going to be, I think the pressure's going to get too much to them. The players that they bought aren't going to live up to it. I don't know Gyökeres. He might do well, but Madueke, I can't really see him do much. Havertz isn't going to bag any goals. They obviously got Zubamendi to cover their rapist.
Zubimendi.
Their rapist centre mid that they facilitated for a few years.
Zubimendi's a good sign. I do like.
I haven't seen too much of him, to be honest.
But yeah, no, I don't. It's either it's one or two things, right?
Arteta just annoys me though. I can't lie. And
Yeah,
Arsenal fans, they're just so deluded. I think Arsenal fans are the most deluded fan base. They have to be.
But then again, like they could prove us wrong and just win the league. But I don't. I hope.
Yeah,
that
but it's
doesn't
about
happen.
time, innit? Their best opportunity was probably last year, I reckon, and they bottled it.
But yeah, but
But to be fair, Tottenham nearly won as many trophies in the last 6 months as Arsenal has since Arteta's been in charge
yeah.
now.
exactly.
They were like, a couple minutes away from the Super Cup,
yeah.
and then they had the Europa League as well. But for all we care about, Chelsea is the best team in London. There's no debating that.
Villa are the best team in the country.
Yeah, we can.
But no, I think we'll have. Obviously, we've not really strengthened, but we haven't.
I think it's been very hard for Villa.
Yeah, it's the Wolves are just. silly.
Emery's gotten so much out of that squad. I don't know how much more he can.
Yeah,
I don't know how much more he can extract. He had them playing at a very, very high level the year that you got into the Champions League. I think you were near the top for a bit as well.
Yeah, I think we were very unlucky not to finish 5th last season. We were miles off it.
I think the beginning of the season let you down.
Yeah, definitely.
You picked up the second half of the season.
Yeah, but like if we beat United, we would have finished 6th.
Champions League gave PSG a really good
Yeah.
But you got done dirty against Man United when Rodgers.
Yeah. Scored. And
And they said that he didn't
Yeah.
because the keeper had 2 hands on it.
So yeah, you potentially could have finished 5th. We obviously got rid of Jacob Ramsey, which isn't ideal. But hopefully we'll sign Asensio. Obviously we won't have Rashford.
You don't need him.
But yeah, I think top 6 again in a good Europa League run is a successful season. Semi-finals and
You can win the Europa. That's
league.
Emery's.
Bread and butter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to.
How many times did he do it with Seville, and did he do it with Villarreal as well?
Yeah.
He loves that
He
competition.
Loves
He
it.
absolutely loves it.
So,
Who do you think will be the best signing of the summer and the biggest flop?
as I said, Gyökeres,
Gyökeres' biggest flop,
biggest flop. Signing of the summer.
or who you're most excited to see? It doesn't have to be best signing. That's a bit ambitious, but who you're most excited to see?
Trying to think who's even been signed really.
There's a lot of.
Like Wirtz, I'm quite excited to see him in the Prem. But if Isak goes to Liverpool as well, I just want him to. I want to see him in that front lineup. I think it'd be
Really?
unreal. Yeah.
Him, Salah, and then what? Will it be Gakpo or what's his name? Etatike.
Ekatike on the left.
Yeah, he looks good.
All right, him on the left. Works in behind them. That front four. Yeah.
I think Wirtz will be the biggest flop of the summer. I think that price tag of 150 million. I just don't. I don't know how it's justified. I don't know how I don't know how Liverpool got into a situation of paying 150 million
But
for
I
Wirtz
think-
because one, it's the German league, and there's from a Chelsea fan we've bought many German players. We bought Havertz, we bought Werner, we've bought others during the years. The German players, they can't perform in the Premier League, and I think yesterday against Bournemouth, the physicality, you did see Wirtz. I think the European game will suit him better in like the Champions League, but I think for the price tag of 115 million. Wirtz will not live up to that price tag, unfortunately, and it's a big price tag to put on a person of that age. He's only like what
23, 24?
21, 22, I think.
See, but that's the thing. Like he does have that kind of potential, and you're kind of in an era now where actually you're paying for the next superstar.
But
you're paying that much.
his stats for last season, I think, like, don't quote me on this, from what I saw in a comparison, was the same, like goals and assists wise, as Shirky. Whereas Man City paid about 35, 40 million for him. So if you're looking at just like purely, I don't like being like a purely stats man, but if you're looking at it just basically,
But wasn't
on
Shirky
output,
in the French league?
Yeah, at Lyon.
You got relegated as well, right?
Yeah, but that's because of finances of the club. It wasn't because of their actual performance.
Was it not?
I think Shirky is gonna. I'm most excited to see Shirky next season.
Have you got him in your?
I haven't got him on my fantasy league.
Well, you
but-
not got him in your fantasy. Oh, that's
Yes!
it. That's it.
Speaking of fantasy league, Haaland just netted his first goal of the season, and he's your captain.
He's my captain
Yeah.
as well.
He just netted. He's my captain, and
Yeah.
yeah, is Reinders playing? I should have put him on.
So how many points have we got?
Does it update already?
No, it's not. I'm not.
Is there an app on your phone for it?
Yeah.
Well,
got the
I
app?
don't know.
Van der Ven got me 6 points earlier. Kudos got me 9.
There's talks of Rico Lewis leaving. To be fair,
Yeah.
at least Haaland scoring. That was my one worry. That, like, you know, he's the type of guy, he needs to get on that run and stay fit of like scoring, and then
Yeah.
he'll get a couple. I'm hoping he bags a hat trick today. I would love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
If he bags a hat trick and he's my captain, because he's the type of person to do it early in the season as well.
Yeah. He always bags, like, to be fair,
He
Salah
gets
always
like
bags
in the
as well.
first like 6 games he'll have 10 goals. But going back to what I was saying, Shirky, he's the most excited I'm to see. Like, City have given him the number 10. I think talent wise, he's I don't know. Just when you look at a footballer and like what he does on the pitch and you think, wow, like how has he done that? Like, from a pure talent wise, he's
Yeah.
one of those, and I'm excited to see him in the Premier League because I think he does have. I think he'll have a better season than Wirtz. I think Ryan Shirky will do better than Wirtz this season. I'm upset he's not playing in this first game. Maybe Pep's giving him some time to adjust to the Premier League, but the fact that they've given him Jack Grealish's number 10 shirt, I think speaks volumes.
Yeah, definitely. Can't believe
You know, they didn't
Jack
give it
Grealish
to-
gone to Everton,
what?
to be honest with you.
Hey?
Can't believe Grealish has gone to Everton.
He's over. He flopped at City.
Yeah, he had a lot
Do you
more
think?
this
Do you think Jack Grealish was a flop at Manchester City?
year.
Yes or no?
In that treble-winning season, he was unreal.
He wasn't unreal. He was good. He was
But, yeah.
good, but he wasn't unreal. He wasn't.
he's
He
not
wasn't
been a-
Jack Grealish at Villa.
Oh, yeah. He's
He
not been a £100 million
He's
player,
never
though.
hit that. He's never hit those heights that he had at Villa.
No.
But that's because Pep plays in a certain system, and Pep wants him to, you know, do certain things. He played well in that treble-winning season, but he's never been that player that he was at Villa, where you think, you know what, you are.
Yeah, you
It's
are.
because he's been told to give it to the likes of De Bruyne, Haaland, and people above him. And I don't know if that move to City has.
I think
has
Villa-
benefited his degree.
We should have signed him back. We should have got him on loan for a season.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't.
Yeah,
Especially with sending Jacob Ramsey the other way, he could have played off that left.
yeah, definitely.
But
But then I think it's just
go
that
on, give it to Haaland.
Oh, that's great.
Oh
goal,
my
that is.
God, why didn't I put him in? He's on my bench.
I was gonna say, oh,
He's on my
yeah, I
bench.
transferred him out. Yeah, I did. Or reindeers.
Yeah, fucking Rangers. Who did I put instead? I got Palmer and Fernandez, Matoma, and Sarr.
It's a great goal though.
That is a great goal. I think he's going to be a top player this season.
I think I might have to get him back in, to be honest. Yeah.
He's going to be a good player this season, I'm telling you.
I didn't realise he would be a goal threat, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
neither did I. I think he's a box-to-box midfielder.
Yeah, he's getting it up there, isn't it?
But-
Who's that? Is that Oscar Bob?
Yeah, he's back. He's a good player.
Yeah.
I think that's why they want to sell Savinho. Because they know they got Oscar Bob back. He's such a good player.
To be fair, you look at that.
That was a finish, though. That was an absolute finish.
Where's Oscar Bob from?
Norway. He's Norwegian, I'm pretty sure.
Name that is Oscar Bob. I might have to get old reindeers into the team and Oscar Bob.
And my dad just messaged me.
Don't what?
He's gloating over Rangers.
Well, has he got reindeers in his team as well?
They ain't got a team. He's just watching the game, probably. But yeah, anything else?
I think that's it, really.
Okay. Well, see how many episodes this lasts.
Yeah.